Data is the DNA of any business. At National List Services, we focus on one ideal. We offer marketing solutions that fit. We're not interested in selling you data. We're interested in selling you the primary solution to the problem you have today. As a data broker and aggregator, we have access to the top data sets and know where everyone is getting their data from. We identify your demand, the needs of what your customers are, where people are in life, what stages they find themselves in, and their backgrounds that most fit your necessity level. National List Services looks for a long-term solution to what your data needs are, and more importantly, we will educate you on the industry, what to ask other data sources, what to look for, and what to say. Our job is ethics-oriented and getting you what you need right now when it comes to data. Book a call with us today at nationallistservices.com.
Book a call or come live. Audrey here with National List Services. I'm your data gal, showing you how to use National List counts for your daily marketing needs. Welcome. I hope you are doing well. The week's almost over, but it's only halfway through the month. So for those of us who are entrepreneurs, business owners, weekend doesn't matter, right? So I'm coming at you today. Like I usually say, we use something of topic, current event, unless you've had a request for somebody who wants something specific. I show you what we've been working on this week, and we had one come in that is of interest just to show, like the intro video said, different stages of life people are in. So what I want to share on National List Counts today is how to target market or reach households where you have somebody who's going to be graduating high school soon. Now, there's two different scenarios how it's going to play out here, so let me share. Let me pull up my screen. nationallistcounts.com. Share a window. Here we go. There it is. So we're going to go to the National Consumer List here. And there's a few different selects that we can pick. So I was thinking of two different clients here. So on the project we're working on, we're waiting to hear back from the customer, the end customer, to see which scenario works better. Those nearing graduation or those who are exactly 17, 18-ish who are going to be graduating right now because it's April 15th. Graduation's coming up quick. So this one we're waiting to hear what they have to say. So that, like I said, two scenarios, by age or we have a select for graduation. So in the consumer list, if you don't know what you're looking for, and there's 6,000 plus selects, come over on the left-hand side. This is your menu where you're building your list and all the items you're adding get selected and show up. You select them up top, but they show up on the left-hand side. So let's type in, I already did it earlier. You can see my search graduation and you can click the little search button. And this gives us a few different selections, but the main one obviously is child nearing high school graduation. This is ideal for a customer who's used this in the past for senior photographers. So you know if you're graduating in a month from now, you've already got your senior pictures. That's not who we're trying to reach. This item description, the context, is a household with a child approaching high school graduation within approximately 18 months or less. So somebody graduating next month might be on this list, but a junior in high school who is graduating in 12 months from now would be on this list. And junior year, usually somewhere between junior and senior year is when you really want to get those senior pictures taken. Maybe you're getting past that awkward stage. You want to have it ready for yearbook because they get those submissions early. So right now, if you guys know a photographer who does senior pictures, let them know. This is the time to get children nearing high school graduation. And here it has obviously the select, and then you could pick unknown. So maybe you want to hit a certain few zip codes in your area. Because I know in our area, there's probably 3 to 5, and the major competition is between the top 2 companies that do this. Some, we used a freelancer in our family. We had the same guy take pictures of all 4 of us kids. And so they look similar. There's a nice continuity of the senior pictures for our family. And that was over a course of 8 years. We always called this guy. He had a little studio and he did advertising, but it was mostly word of mouth. We knew him. But then there's a big company here, and there's 2 big companies in our Omaha metro area that are very popular. And so if you know somebody independent, this would be the way to go. But let's say they're going to advertise to a few select zip codes. They know their target market, or just the driving ability. There's a drive time select we'll look at. You can pick unknown or uncoded too, but I would stick with the select itself because that's who we're trying to reach. So I'm going to continue and lock that one in. And my little light bulb went off. I'm going to go over to geography. On mapping, you can put in your location. So let's say I have a studio right here in my zip code. Click that. And I can pick a drive time. And I know if I'm a senior picture photographer, either they're going to come to my studio, or in this case, my photographer was really fun to a park. And it was in the town where his studio was. And that's where I grew up, my small hometown. And we got to go to the park, and I took a picture in one of my favorite trees. And I know that probably sounds really small town, but please tell me in the chat if you have a favorite tree, a tree you love to read underneath, or at the park that you just thought was cool. This had a branch on the tree where I stood, and we took a really neat picture. So that being said, I digress. If there's a drive time and you know your target market would come within 30 minutes to your studio, I brought all my clothes with me. I changed. I had a few different backgrounds we picked. I'm going to create this map, and let's do senior pictures. Okay. And what's really awesome is it's going to show the drive time. I love these maps. And when you do a count report on this search, it will send you a PDF of this map. So especially if you are helping if you're a marketing company and you're helping with the advertising, this you can show to your customer. Here is your 30-minute drive time where your customers are coming from. This covers a huge area. This is bigger than I expected. 30 minutes of my zip code, and across both states. That's fine. I'll take money from any state if I'm doing a business. Makes no difference. So that is one of the geographies you can select on this. Now, second scenario, you're trying to reach people who are graduating next month. That's a little more tricky, but it's doable. So I'm going to cancel this. Well, I'm not going to save it. I'm going to go back to additional selections. So if you're looking for that, what I typed in isn't graduation, because that specific select is going to cover juniors and seniors. It's going to cover a huge range. If I'm looking for those graduating, I'm going to type in child, and you'll see there's a lot more selects here. So here we have buying apparel for a child going to college. That's a likelihood. Enough factors in your household footprint indicate you have a child who's going to college in the next 12 months, if they're approved or should be. They're in the right age range. You have no idea the other details. That's okay. They have a child graduate from college. But what I'm looking for here, they have generations in a household. Keep that in mind. That is a powerful marketing tool. If you're looking for seniors in home, there's a presence of children and a number of children, new parent. But what I'm looking for, oh, here's a funny one. I love doing these lives with you guys and sharing some of these points. Doesn't frequent fast food restaurants. That's a child select. I love that. That was my childhood. We did not frequent fast food restaurants. But let's do this. Let's go to additional selection, all selections. Let me type in child. Here we go. Here's all the selects that have child in it. What I'm looking for is the age range. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to do 1 year, because we're not looking for 15-year-olds if we're looking for those who are graduating. Let's do child age range 1 year. And let's kick off this child nearing high school graduation. That's going to limit our search. Here we go. So in most states, the legal age, when you turn 18, you're considered an adult. But we all know there are probably 18-year-olds who are still in high school. Between 17 and 18 is a graduating age. In this scenario, for compiled data to reach families, we would pick age 17 years. That's as close as we're going to get with this single select to getting that audience right now. Now, if I did this, let me do 17 and continue. And then I'm going to do one per address, because even if you have two 17-year-olds twins, or maybe you have a 17 and a 19-year-old and one got held back, you might have 2 graduating seniors, but we're going to do 1 per address. Let's assume we're doing a mail piece. We're trying to reach these seniors. I'm going to lock in those selections and go to geography. I'm curious about my own area now. Let's do zip codes. So I have a few zip codes in Bellevue Papillion School District area, 68147. Okay, let's see what we got here. I want to see how many 17-year-olds we have in this area. Now, we're a very family-oriented community. School systems are huge. There's not enough schools for all the kids. So it's taking a minute to think about this. And like I said, this would be a postal list. To get landline phones on our system, and you want to make phone calls, we have those. That's doable. Although with graduation coming up in 2 weeks, you're going to want to reach them quick. We could drop mail within 24 hours, just so you guys know at First Direct. We have a short order print, and you can choose to have the results emailed to you. That's how big it is. Wow. We've got a lot of children here. I got to run a count report. So if you have creative on a postcard and you're looking for the data and you want to mail quick, we can get it done in 24 hours, especially if it's local right here in our metro area. But nationwide, within 2 days, we can get it mailed for you. So let us know. If you're in a crunch, we can help. Don't let time get in the way of your success here. All right, let's call this child age 17 and run the count report. So while that runs, when we go to previous searches, we'll get a number as soon as it runs and pings into my email box. But that just goes to show some of the things you can select. Don't think there is no way to do certain things. There's always a solution for the problem, and we can always reach who you're looking for. If we don't have an obvious select, there's I don't like to call it, well, I think it's kind of cute to call it this, a backdoor method. What is an outside the box way to think about how to reach who you're trying to reach? We can reach them. Let's talk about it. What about this? And sometimes it's it is very satisfying trying to find and figuring out that option. I know we all have that aha success moment when we figure out, okay, I couldn't do this, but if I pick bing, 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 I got it. This is the right list. It's always very satisfying when you figure out anything. All right, previous searches. Okay, here, let's go to view order. Here we go. These are all Bellevue zip codes, but they cover a few different school districts. And there's 803 children age 17. So that's your senior class right there. You could get this list, drop a postcard in the mail, and find your families that you're trying to reach. So I hope this has been insightful. I know it was specific to one thing, but it gives you the idea and the flavor that if one solution isn't it, there's another. And if this wasn't it, we'd figure out something else. For pediatricians and for preschools, we've used the children in a certain age group and how many are in the house. That helps too. If you've got 8 or more kids, most likely you're not sitting in a daycare. You're going to be a stay-at-home mom because economically that is the role you're playing. That's where you want to be as a mom, but also to pay for childcare or school before and after care, it's just not going to be practical if you know your geography and the circumstances and your audience. So again, there's numerous ways to pick what you're looking for. If you're ever curious, nationallistcounts.com. There is no charge for you to register. You can come here. Let me start a new search. Let me log out and I'll share this to you. This is what it looks like when you come here. You can register if you have a user ID and password, or you can register now. It's quick and simple, totally free. If you're curious about totals in your area, you can register, and that'll give you full access to every select so that you can run some numbers and play around with it. If you don't want to commit to that, that's fine. You can come in here without signing in. You'll see no name, no login. It just says welcome to National List Counts. You're not going to have all the selections and options, but you'll get a flavor of it and see what's available. And then if you're looking for something very specific, you're not logged in, you don't have an account, give us a call and ask, hey, is this available? Because you're a little limited if you're not logged in. You're not going to get full access. You'll get a sample. You'll get a little small sample at Sam's Club. If you want all the selects, you got to buy it and take it home. But again, to buy and take it home, no cost. The only thing you pay for is the data you need when you need it. And for the campaign you need. So like I mentioned earlier, this would be for print and mail. It's a postal record. You want to add phones? Great, we can help you with that. You want to do a digital campaign with it? Let's get rolling. We can help you with that. If you need execution or insights into figuring out, is this my right audience? Is there something better we can select? We can help. I put in the chat earlier, if you want to go see our video tutorials, including a video on how to register, if you're nervous to here we go. I'm still live. Whew, had a moment. So if you go into the chat, you can go to start.nationalistcounts.com. You'll be at our video tutorial site, and I show how to register. So like I mentioned, if you're nervous to come here and just click register on your own and just blindly walk through it, watch the video. I show you what to expect next on each page, how to do it. And if you just want to click around and try it out, go ahead, go to nationalistcounts.com. And email me directly, Audrey at First Direct Marketing, if you need any help with your data selections, your insights into your audience, and then how to execute that. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. Audrey at firstdirectmarketing.com. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your Thursday. I know it's the 15th, might be payday for some of you. Get yourself some lunch out, celebrate the 15th, and power through to the end of the month. I'll see you here next Thursday, and we'll cover another topic. If you have something you are looking for and you want me to feature it on our live next week on the roundtable, let me know. Call me 402-403-0012 or text me at, let me pull it up. Text me at 402-403-0012 or at 402-285-3282. You can text that to join and be pulled on stage if you really want to. Or you can text me what you want me to do next week to share what data insights you're looking for. How much better is that? You don't have to go click around and search for it for yourself. You can watch it live and I'll save it. And if I know it's for you, I'll probably email it to you as well. So everybody have a great rest of your day. I know we all have a lot to get done. Let's go get it.